The NBA on 2K Sports welcomes you to Wednesday. The starting fives for our game. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the Trailblazers, and it's Grant in at the 4 spot. And looking at Minnesota, Russell is out there with Edwards. They've got Gobert, always giving them a fantastic effort from the paint. They count on his skill and determination to get it done inside. Here's McDaniel. No good with the triple. Here's Townsend. Rebounded by Hunt.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Simon, the pass to Lillard. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Yeah, here's a guy who gives the coach the luxury of a very simple play call, which is just the ISO. Get in the ball and get out of the way, and good things are going to happen.
And the consistency of his jump shot is another thing we should say about him. I mean, it doesn't matter how many defenders are flying at him. His stroke is never changing. You know, the Wolves were devastated by injuries last year, guys, but they still did all right up here in Minneapolis. 20-21 at home, not great, but considering the injuries, a pretty solid home record.
Timberwolves on defense. It's a 3-point game. And the pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Pass to Simon.
Watch outside.
Back to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Fires from 14. And it's off the back rim. No good. And back to Minnesota. They were a sneaky pick to get into the playoffs at the beginning of last year. But so much can change in the course of the season, Steve. Namely injuries for the Timberwolves.
No doubt. You know, Kevin Love going down. Maverick and Ricky Rubio in the lineup. But there's no question when you look at the roster, some of the moves they made in the offseason, it's a pretty talented team.
1:37 left here in the opening quarter. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, the head coach for the Portland Trailblazers gave me just a couple of minutes. Getting out in the open floor and exploiting his team's speed is an area of concentration for him. He said that as soon as we get a rebound, we want to get it to our guards, get off to the races, and we want this basically to come down to a track meet. Sounds like we should be in for a wild ride, guys.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. The end low to Russell. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Russell's got 5 points so far.
Late reaction from the defense. He's almost going to make good on that.
He dishes it to Grant. Passes to Simon. Back to Grant. And it's Russell with the rebound.
You know, when the shot's not there for you, you've just got to recognize it, move the ball on.
Yeah, I think he had tunnel vision right there. His only thought was to shoot, no matter what else was going on.
You know, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
Grant with the screen on Edwards. Simon, the pass to Grant. Fires for 3. The shot's good from Simon.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a 3-point battle like this.
Here's Townsend. Great look, but off the mark.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Simon, the pass to Nurkic. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Boy, he just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
And Portland making a change here. The Portland may have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game.
Yeah, basically a middle-of-the-road type free throw shooting team, about 76% a year ago.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Here's Russell.
Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter.
Only about 1 in 50 of those go down, but that's why you chuck them up there. You want to give yourself a chance.
Tie game in Minnesota. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter.
You know, since the Northwest Division came into existence back in 2004, the Trailblazers have never taken the title as the best in the division. They've always been competitive, but never at the top.
Here is Lillard. The pass to Sharp from downtown. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And last year, no exception for the Blazers not winning the division. They ended up 4th out of the 5 in there, a record of 6-10 against Steve, the rest of the Northwest team.
And as you guys were saying, I mean, the Blazers have never won the division, but it's not like they're in the cellar either. They've got a lot of talent. They should be in the hunt this year with an improved bench. And I think this is a team that could surprise a lot of people in the Northwest. Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Now here's Noel, defended by Sharp. Pass to McLaughlin. Kicks it to Noel. Lets the 3 fly. And another 3 for Minnesota.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
Well, that's 3 of the last 5 makes, having been behind the 3-point line. So, got to make some adjustments defensively.
Lillard against McLaughlin. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, the Blazers found themselves, guys, near the bottom of the West last season. And typically when that happens, you struggle against the rest of the conference. And that was certainly the case for Portland.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Minnesota?
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the 3-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
All free throws good from Ebanks. Portland did have their problems, as you said, Clark, against the West. A big part of it was late in the season. They were beat up and lost their last 13 games of the year. Steve, mostly those losses coming to Western teams. Well, that was a big slide for them. And, you know, they probably made their 18-34 mark in the conference seem probably a little worse than it should have. But, look, they were out of the playoffs. They lost their edge, and they were playing a lot of young people. I think this is a team that has a chance to make a big comeback. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Damian Lillard was a 4-year player at Small Weber State. Not the usual profile for the NBA Rookie of the Year. But he maintains, quote, "My experience at Weber State was great. Every step of the way. I had the support of my teammates, but they still challenged me in practice. The coaches didn't treat me differently. If anything, they demanded more of me. They really helped me grow as a player and a leader. The level of maturity I've grown into, I really owe it to them." Guys, he's shown that maturity in his impact with the Blazers.
An intriguing young talent. Thanks.
Come on, back it up, man.
He feeds it to Lillard. Fires from 18. Can't get it to go.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
It's Prince on the wing. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Well, I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
This is to Lillard. He passes to Lillard. Here's Sharp. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
There's 14 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to McLaughlin. Prince. Another miss by Prince. Here's Lillard. Second quarter ends in a tight one.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's been a tight...
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You have to like what we're seeing from Russell.
Well, he created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with his shot making too. He really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring. Another season and another finish at the bottom of the Northwest for the Wolves. It seems like every time they start climbing up the division ladder, something derails them.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And he is a persistent defender too, Steve. I mean, even if he gets caught behind on the break, he'll bust his behind to get back into the play and maybe come up with a block at the last second.
And that climb is never going to be easy for him. Going back to the Wolves now, as Clark was just talking about, Steve, they have yet to win the division since joining it back in 2004.
Well, it's not like it's getting any easier. I mean, with Oklahoma City there, you got Denver playing at a high level, Portland looking to rebound. So, I mean, there's a lot of talent on this Wolves team, but they're playing in a very, very difficult division. Well, a lot of basketball pundits, so to speak, would like to eliminate lottery pick protection outside the top three from trades. They feel it gives teams too strong an incentive to tank. You look at the Blazers last season, they owed their pick to the Bobcats. It was 13th or lower, and they finished the season 8-26 after going 500 at that point. So maybe a little suspicious.
Pass to Edwards. He kicks to Russell. The pass to Edwards. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Gobert. Hits the jumper. And the Timberwolves lead by 5. And Clark, going back to the Blazers, they finished the season among the worst defensive teams in the entire league.
And that's where they got to improve, Kevin. They did a decent job denying looks on the perimeter, but they didn't get blocks or steals, so not a real force defensively. Among the worst in fast break points and points in the paint as well, so they clearly have some areas they can shore up.
So timeout call here, the first for Portland. .46 left here in the third quarter. No good from Simon.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post part.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Pass to Edwards. Here's the screen. From outside off the mark.
Well, you know, Damian Lillard, the number 6 pick in the 2012 draft, but that didn't matter because he ran away with the Rookie of the Year award. Taking over the reins at guard in Portland, this young man was special.
Now Russell. 8 points for him. Passes it to Edwards. Back to Russell. Here is Edwards, defended by Kukoc. Good on the three-point shot. And a great start for Damian Lillard last season. One of the biggest Summer League co-MVP awards. Stepped right into that big void for Portland at point guard, especially after Raymond Felton had really kind of taken that position and downgraded it the year before.
Yeah, there was a huge hole in the lineup for the Blazers, and Lillard stepped right in and filled it up. Had an incredibly productive season. And now it's about improving his overall game, getting his defense better. I think he could be one of the top point guards in the NBA before too long.
How many minutes a game, Steve, did he play, did you calculate?
About 39 a game. Yeah, top 3 in the NBA. He's a big minutes guy.
Tremendous. And the first one drops.
Damian Lillard was really a steady floor general, guys. I think we still have a lot to see as to how much of a playmaker he'll become. Remember, he was the man in college. Without a lot of other scoring options to rely on, he carried Weber State offensively. And I think that's going to serve him well throughout the rest of his NBA career. More point guards have to be able to score as well as run the team in the way the league is playing now.
And Damian Lillard last season, Steve, averaging 6.5 assists a game.
And those numbers should get better because, Lillard's going to get better. The Blazers will continue to add to their the worst benches in the league from last season. So you put a couple more scores alongside Lillard, those assist totals will go up.
I think Clark's right. We'll have to see in time how his playmaking develops. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Lillard's got 9.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
Here is Forbes, defended by Hart. The feed to Russell, uncovered, and again it's Minesota converted. Second half of ball with 3 minutes in the third here. Lillard attacking, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter. The third quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Here is Edwards. He passes to McDaniel. Russell drops in the tray. Russell's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Timberwolves.
Well, he's one player who can get hot in a big hurry. It's like he has an on-off switch, and once it gets flipped on, he's tough to stop.
And here's another thing about him, Steve. Every time he gets his hands on the ball in the backcourt, he's a one-man fast break.
Here's the pitch. The shot is off. Nice defense from Gobert. McDaniel, the pass to Edwards. It's intercepted. And now Portland on the break. Here's Hart.
And, you know, these calls can be some of the toughest in the game for the officials.
It all happened so fast. I really think that was the right call. The defender was not really set in that situation.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Here's Lillard. It is now to Grant. Fires the three. Gets it to go.
And you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Edwards with it. Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by Ukic. Simon. He's guarded by Russell. The pass to Ukic. Feeds to Lillard. And stolen by Prince. One-on-one here. Here's the two drop. And Russell pins it to go. Russell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
From beyond the arc. Shot is up. And Minesota now the other way. And we're 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. The Timberwolves finish off the bench.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 10. 107 left in the fourth quarter. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, I had a chance to find out what the Trailblazers head coach was going over with his guys. He said, listen, we've come this far. Now we've got to lay it on the line to get a win. I know we can do it. So show them what you got and let's make it happen. Guys, we'll see if they can do it.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Grant. Portland again missing.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Heaven goes. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Winslow. Portland again missing. The Timberwolves have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Back to Russell. Prince with a screen on Lillard. Here's Russell. Off the left, run out.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick, just couldn't get it to fall.
But Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
And he knocks down the first one. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Both shots good from the strike. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. We went over and back. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Sharp. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Here's Noel. And so Minesota takes the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for
Tell me what you know about a player. I came to fuck the game up. Man, I could've served, yeah, instead I served the base up. Sun beaming through the trees, driving down the Brea. Tires peeling, the screech, trying to go places. Ryan Heat and murder beats, I'm a cold caser. Nuts hanging out my jeans, I'm a flow scraper. Let them hate, I play the game, it's a long way up. Trying to get my name up. Remember back when players used to rock EVs.